you ask me if I'm ready, I'm telling you no, because if I can, my nose don't work. But if the smell's strong enough and I can smell it, I'm not going inside. I'm telling you no. I'm telling you no. I don't know. Look, 99. I said 99. Just we're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back. 911. Call for help. Leads to a horrifying discovery. Let's see what they. You ask me what it is. I don't know just yet. I'm in the same boat you is. But
Gotcha. I'm just really a bad person. No, not at all.
I think it's good.
see, look, there's the one thing. Kind of did see the thumbnail. I didn't want to say it was true though. But the way he coughed, the way he did cough though, it might be true.
That's worse than a body, dude.
A woman in Cedar City, Utah calls 911 for help in the middle of what
he said it's worse than a body. I don't know what's worse than a body.
Police are sent to check on her, but their concerns turn to horror when they see what's really going on at the property.
What's going on?
It's a little past 8 in the morning on July 1st, 2023.
This was like 2 years ago.
911 dispatchers in Iron County, Utah receive a call from a distraught woman in the grips of a crisis.
911, what's the address of your emergency? What's going on?
I need to get to the hospital.
Let me get this in for them. We'll get it started. And how old are you?
I'm 50.
Okay. And are you feeling violent at all?
No.
All right. And do you have access to any weapons?
No.
Okay.
So I'm unprepared to go to the hospital.
Okay, that's good. We're going to get them headed that way. They just have these questions I have to ask, but you're all good, okay? Have you done anything to injure yourself?
No.
Okay. And do you have a history of mental health conditions?
Yeah. Many years. Too many.
The woman's name is Sarah, and while the operator establishes that she's unharmed, the despair in her voice is unmistakable.
Years,
I ain't gonna lie.
And then while other things were
This just got this.
And I just kept thinking, if I'm not talking to him, you feel better. I just started waiting.
I didn't know what. I don't know.
I'm just really
truthfully, I don't know what's going on right now.
No, not at all.
The operator, who can only go by what she's told over the phone,
There's too many stories right
gives
now,
Sarah
bro.
the
There's
benefit
too
of
many
the doubt.
stories on.
As they arrive, however, deputies slowly begin to suspect that a dire scene awaits them inside the house.
That ain't gonna lie. That was my question. I really I don't know which way to You gotta make sure she goes to the hospital, but at the same time, what's up in the crib?
You got family coming to look after your dog?
No, they need to be seized.
They need to be seized?
Yes. They're not going to take care of.
Dogs do you have? 19?
19 dogs?
And I got a guy coming down from Wyoming. 3 of them are his, and he's coming to get them.
Okay.
So I told him to go by the sheriff's office to figure out where they were.
19 dogs is
prohibits
insane.
individuals from owning more than 2 dogs at a time. But there's a vast gulf between a minor ordinance violation and the veritable zoo she claims to have inside the house. But the number of dogs may not be the biggest problem here. As the EMTs help
that's
Sarah
insane.
into the
No, 19
she
dogs.
reportedly says she should go to jail rather than the hospital because, quote, she hurt her sweet babies.
Can I have your permission to go inside your home and see what you got going on?
What is going on?
There's turds and trash, and it's awful.
Okay.
It's awful.
Okay.
Humans don't live like that. That's all I say, and I've known it, and I'm not stupid.
Sarah is clearly ashamed about the conditions of her home, but it turns out that the deputies already have strong reasons to dread going inside.
Alright, people inside the car.
Inside the house. She says she's got 19 dogs. She can't care for them. They're under animal cruelty. She thinks she's going to go to jail for that. She wants to go to jail for that.
I ain't gonna lie, the situation started off strictly hot. I just
so bad.
it's
I can smell it, and I'm not even in the house, coming from within
It
the
has
house.
a
the house
crazy
before.
smell and the door's not
And
even open.
depending on what happens with her, she's got 19 dogs in a house that has no AC in it. And
In
no
the
one
cr-
cared for the
In the
dogs.
house, no got no AC.
The temperature in Cedar City that day would reach a high of 89 degrees. The lack of air conditioning only raises more concern about what kind of environment Sarah's dogs have been living in.
The neighbors say that sometimes she opens windows to try to vent it out, but that doesn't do much.
19 dogs, no AC.
Stick your head there and see what you got, and then we can start working on resources to take care of the rest of it.
You ready?
I almost want to get alcohol pads first.
Look, you asked me if I'm ready. I'm telling you no, because if I can, my nose don't work. But if the smell's strong enough and I can smell it, I'm not going inside. I'm telling you no. I'm telling you no. And there's 19 dogs. Oh my! Oh, what the? Like, there's trash on the ground. She did say there's trash on the ground, but that's trash on the ground. Like, the ground is the trash.
No, I need a bath.
Oh my! It's that bad. I'm glad I'm not there. I won't lie to you, cause I wouldn't have even went any further than that. If it's that bad, no, I'm not getting no mask.
I'm going to switch gloves.
He said, I'm going to switch
The air
gloves.
inside the home is unbreathable,
That's
and it
insane.
takes the deputies a few minutes to recover from even brief exposure.
That's worse than a body, dude.
I
With
was
the,
getting whistles at through my gloves.
Oh, dude, it's in my lungs.
that's insane. That smells worse than a body. Is
what's
crazy.
get Caleb out here? He's gonna have to walk us through this, dude, because I honestly don't know what to do. It's unhabitable, dude. It's absolutely unhabitable.
It's perhaps the best word to describe the appalling conditions of the house, and the deputy uses it again when his sergeant arrives on scene.
No, that's wild. Is that bad?
Is she already gone?
He's gone. This is inhabitable, dude. I've never even smelled a dead body as bad as this. Really? Just open the door.
This thing's worse than a body is.
Let her come back to this.
No, you cannot.
We've got a chain link fence in the backyard. I wonder if we can open the back. I can smell it coming out. Look at that.
They're friendly.
And look. But I got it.
You did better than I did. I started losing it right there.
I ain't gonna lie, buddy. He just said he's used to that. He said, I ain't gonna lie. I had worse. I had worse.
The overpowering effects of the smell inside makes it difficult to imagine
But he had
how
his
any
whole
creature,
head
human
up
or
in the
animal,
house for like
is able to
10
live in
minutes.
that environment.
Look at that.
It's imperative to get the dogs
Oh
out of
yeah,
the home
if
as
it's
soon
that
as
bad,
possible.
I'm not gonna.
There's an owner to the Great Danes. He's coming from Salt Lake to pick the Great Danes up.
Them all those puppies in them cages are Great Danes.
Not all of them.
Most of those that I just looked at
Were they? I thought there was like.
You better hold your breath. Close your nose.
Because there's this little. This
Yeah,
little
this
guy.
little, but you look back in the back. Great Danes have that husky back there.
Easy.
Stop it.
As the cops try to find a way into the fenced backyard,
Bro,
they begin to wonder
booking it.
exactly how and why Sarah has amassed this outrageous number of dogs.
Yeah, why the heck? How does she? Only one owner had she? How does like the owner of 3 dogs?
Advertising that she trained them.
It'll take further investigation to turn speculation into fact.
You should.
In the
You might just
meantime,
gotta
the
climb
cops
over
have
that
problems
fence.
that require more
Do
immediate
that
solutions.
thing is locked. It is stuck.
Sam, you got a saw?
Just jump over the fence. That's all you gotta do, goof.
The overgrowth
Like-
blocking the fence expense is substantial, but fortunately, the deputy has come prepared.
So they can't jump the fence. Sometimes you gotta jump the fence. Alright, I'm glad they fast forward because I was.
Come on out. Come on, puppy.
Are there dogs outside?
Come on. Come on, Pops.
The dog's reluctance to leave the house is only matched by the deputy's
Honestly, I don't
reluctance to
even
go
know.
back
I
in.
don't know where they were
This
like.
time, at least,
I don't know where
they'll
they
have
seen the
protection.
pups at because I didn't see none in the grass.
Meet me inside.
That's a. Yeah, you gotta get those dogs out there. I'm more concerned for the dogs. Cause the lady, she's in the back of the truck and she's going to the hospital, jail, whatever she wants to go to. Now we gotta get those dogs out the crib. Cause like, what the how? Like, yeah, that is about 2, 4. That's 5 right there. That's 7 over there. Right now, I see 7 dogs. 8, 9. I see 10. What is that one up in there? 11. And she just got these dogs up in the 12. Dang, she got all those Coke bottles. Why she got so many Coke bottles?
Come on, big dog. Come on. Come on, buddy.
Dang, I feel
The
like
dog doesn't quite trust this masked stranger, but his lack of aggression leaves the deputy free to take in the full horror of the scene around him.
It's okay, boy.
what the heck? That is like we counted 13 dogs from what I could see. What the heck though? Like how? Where did she even get all this trash from? Like 90% of that trash is Coke bottles.
Barely starved, skinny.
Like they're like. Oh my goodness, there's 3 more up in there. That's what, 14 right there? Oh my goodness.
She does have dog food in one bag. 2 bags of dog food.
The food in the
Yo.
pantry hasn't prevented the dogs from reaching a malnourished state. The deputy's partner is next to take a good
She
look at
ain't
the
gonna
living
lie.
room.
Get her some help and get her locked up. Get her some help and then lock her up. My opinion. But
As he comes to terms with what he
'cause
sees,
no, there
his
is
partner
some
dismantles a
puppies
fortress
though
of
up in there.
wire and cardboard blocking access to the hallway.
And I feel like that dog don't want to go outside because she don't be letting the dogs go outside, low key though.
All over the floor. Hey, Sam. If you can find a window, let's start opening windows.
Nah, you gotta get look. Like, why is there so many Coke bottles? It looks like a whole Coke factory over there. You got too much dip on your chip
Meanwhile,
for
the
this.
other deputy searches what appeared to be an abandoned wing of the house.
And there goes. What was that? 14? That is 17 dogs right there. 17 dogs.
The deputies return to the living room to verify just how many dogs live in this house of filth.
Rita, come up here. What?
I counted 17. There's probably 2 somewhere else that.
There's at least 8 in cages.
Yeah, I said that.
Right? I got 3 in those cages. So that's 6.
Uh-huh.
7, 8, 9,
must be seen to
Yeah,
believe.
yeah,
which is
yeah.
exactly
I counted
what
all.
the
I
suspect
counted
has in
every
mind.
single dog.
Take some cell phone video?
Are you willing to sacrifice your cell phone?
Yeah, it's fine, but have
Okay.
you touched anything?
Yeah. The air. Hey, this
He
is.
said I touched the air. That's insane.
We have 19.
I'm pretty sure that was a dog in there. That's
It's a dog. It's alive.
well, there's
There's 19 dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa. The dog's in between the boxes? Look, he was saying, dog's right here. Yeah, dog's right there. It's alive.
Dog. It's alive.
well,
There's 19 dogs.
a live dog in here.
There's 19 dogs.
There's a
here.
dog between the boxes. It's
I'm
insane.
all malnourished.
A local animal sanctuary called Best Friends will help relocate most of the dogs. But that's not the end of police involvement.
No,
They
what the
talked to
heck?
Sarah that afternoon in the hospital and tried to determine how exactly things at her house deteriorated to this extreme.
That's a.
Okay, so
That's why. Why
this
did
part
that
might
house
freak out
was
a little bit,
insane?
but
That
I'm gonna
was.
read you your
should
rights.
never be-
It's
she-
only because
that was
in order
bad.
to ask you questions about what's going on, I have to read you these first. I've kind of got a little background of your training that you do with the animals, and
Not anymore, but yeah, I was.
yeah, maybe not anymore.
This is a repetitive with me when things get really bad, and my parents and I don't talk that sort of thing, so I got really lonely, and I got that same feeling that this would somehow fix it, and I can't. Nobody could do that.
Sure.
Sarah may be
That's
puzzled by her own
bad.
choices, but the fact
That was
is that
bad.
many innocent animals suffered as a result. It soon becomes clear that this is not the first time this has happened.
Have you ever had a police case about this kind of thing before in Tennessee?
I have had.
So they're in Tennessee, and one of the owners live in Salt Lake, Utah.
Once again, I was extremely mentally ill. I said, "Would you please take them? I can't care for them anymore." So they did take them and things. So
That's. I don't know how the mathematics.
As regrettable as it is that Sarah hasn't learned from her previous failures, there is an even more frightening truth about how she acquired some of the dogs.
Have you come across the three that you did have that worked for someone else?
I saw he had a Great Dane puppy for sale, and he said, and I said, "Oh, she's cute, but I don't have no age in hours." So, and then he said, I told him I was a dog trainer, so two of them were theoretically mine, but the male was always his that I was going to train to pay for the two girls.
In an interview with the local news, Ryan, the owner of those Great Danes, said it had been months since he'd heard anything about the training progress of his puppies.
But he didn't.
Indeed, it was only when he told Sarah that morning that he was on his way to pick up the dogs that she turned herself in to the police.
Straight up with everybody, but everything.
I was about to say, like, you ain't going. Why you didn't check up on your dog? Why did it take 2 months? At least he was picking up his dog, but why did it take you 2 months later to really find out about what's going on with your dog? And why did you not find someone that's in your city, though? I feel like you can find, there's a dog trainer in every single city. And if there's not, just go to YouTube. Cause if you can't train your, I don't know, I feel like if you have your own dog, my opinion, you should be the one training your dog. Cause your dog, you're the voice that it has to know the commands to. Like, I get you go to a dog trainer, get it trained, and then it's trained when it gets back home. But at my opinion, train your dog yourself. Like, it's hard, but it's not that hard.
I hope it's not all I am.
But you live in Salt Lake, took your dog all the way to Tennessee to get it trained. That don't make no sense.
It's, yeah.
Ryan's imminent arrival may have inspired
that
Sarah's
don't
honesty
make no
more
sense,
than her
like,
own breakthrough. But it's worth
Utah,
noting that she didn't just tell him in
Tennessee.
passing that she was an animal trainer.
That's
She
pretty far.
advertised her business, Pet Pros Behavior Services, on Facebook and elsewhere, offering in-home and remote training sessions for a premium price. The police report states that Sarah's house and even the inside of her car was covered in feces. Ironically, the only part of the property relatively free of feces was the yard. Sarah tells the deputies
Like,
that
how
she
did it
hasn't been
get
able to
that
properly feed
bad?
and care for the dogs for at least 3 or 4 weeks.
3 to 4
An
weeks she
admission that
didn't
at
take
least
care of the
partially
dogs.
explains the condition of her animals and the disaster that is her home.
I can say that I have no idea how you lived, because when I opened the door to your
Yeah.
house, I could not even go inside.
Every day.
Were you living in the house, or were you living in your car?
In the house.
Where did you sleep?
I slept on the couch. But yeah, no, it burns my eyes when I get home. I hate it, but I'm like, you know what? You freaking did it. You deserve to deal with it, you know? So I do.
But hold on, she got her house to look like that in a month? How though? How did you get your house to look like that in a month? That's the thing I'm a little I'm shocked on. Like I don't know. At least she's admitting all this and owning up to it. And she's willing to do whatever happens. She's willing to take it. This, however. But how did you get your house to look like that in a month? That's the part that's like blowing my mind, because that looks like something that been there for like a year, 2 years. But you got your house to look like that in a month.
If Sarah is saying she deserves the consequences of her actions, it's something that she and the deputy can agree on.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to press criminal charges. Okay? From what I can observe within dogs, no dog should have to go through what them dogs go through. Them dogs would probably be better off, and some of them might not make it. They're in such conditions as some.
That's sad. Some dog, I ain't gonna lie.
In
That's
addition to
sad
the
right
horrific
there.
injuries already mentioned, the police report goes into much more detail, noting that all 19 dogs appeared to be skinny with all skeletal bones showing under the skin. It goes on to say that most of the dogs could not stand or move properly because of the tight living conditions, which brought about body deformities. A few dogs, the report states, were close to death. Sarah Mills pled
That's
guilty
sad.
to 9 counts of cruelty in October of 2023, roughly
Wow.
4 months after her call to 911. She was ordered to pay a fine of $690, serve
$690?
60 days in jail,
2
and
months
spend
in
12
jail?
months on probation.
A year on
Sarah was given the
probation.
option to serve her jail sentence in increments of 5 days per month. In February 2024, however, Sarah's jail sentence was converted to 60 days of home confinement.
That's insane. That was wild.